Good afternoon everyone, the sun is out at Griffin Park. My name's Chris Wickham, I'm here with Kieran Brett to bring you live coverage of Brentford versus Barnsley. It's an under-21 Professional Development League match live from Griffin Park. You're live on the Brentford FC YouTube channel, and for those watching the highlights back, you missed it, but you're on Beast Player with me, Chris, and alongside me, Kieran. Welcome to an Easter Tuesday, I suppose. We've all had a long weekend off, including Brentford's footballers for the first time in many a year. But now we're back. There's action to be watched and action for you guys to watch. Those of you who are back at work or finding some way to fill your Easter holiday afternoons. Welcome to you. Thanks for joining us. Another under-21 game here at Griffin Park. We're 2 or 3 minutes away from kick-off, so the first thing I'll do is I'll run you through the teams. Two very young teams here this afternoon. I guess when the Professional Development League was first conceived, this is probably what they had in mind. Lots of young, potential, developing footballers playing in a stadium in front of something resembling a crowd, in something resembling a first-team experience, and this is what we've got something of this afternoon. The teams are just coming out. I'll read them to you. Brentford have Ellery Balcombe in goal. The back four we expect to be Nathan Fox, Chris Mepham, Jan Holdak and Tom Field. Two holding midfield players, James Ferry and Reece Cole. Three in front of them, Bradley Clayton, Zane Westbrook and Herson Rodriguez Alves, with Jermaine Udamaga as the lone striker. Four on the bench for Brentford, the goalkeeper Cameron Greaves, Josh Bowie, Jarvis Adoba and Julius Fenn Evans. Barnsley we also expect to be in there, the 4-2-3-1 system that's been made popular around the world at the moment. Aaron Murphy will be in goal for them. Their back four will be Louis Wardle, Jack Cowgill, George Cleat and Logan Jeffs. Two in defence midfield for them will be Josh Kay and Charlie Harris. Jerry Amu, Jack Alton and James Carville as the attacking three, with Brad Ash as the striker. Jake, Greatorex, Wade, Maxwell, Will Smith and Jared Bird on the bench for them. We'll talk you through, we'll introduce you to a few of those players as we go along. But first of all, here's the first thoughts of Kieran Brett.
Good afternoon everybody. We've got first impressions here. The pitch at Griffin Park looks lovely after some of the weather we've had in West London and the south of England. It looks a lovely playing surface, bathed in sunshine at the moment. The first thing you notice about especially the Barnsley side is the size of them. In recent weeks this Brentford side has played Ipswich, Crystal Palace and a few very big physical sides. This Barnsley side looks very small and very young as well, as especially the right back Louis Wardle looks like someone aerially that maybe Brentford could get out, and you'd imagine that given their size Barnsley will look to play in a similar style to Brentford, so we should be in for an entertaining footballing match.
Thank you, Kieran. Yes, so just a bit more about some of those Barnsley players. The goalkeeper Murphy, he's a first-year scholar. Wardle, the right back, he's also a first-year scholar. There's 3 trialists out there, and lots of inexperienced players. But this Brentford team, Kieran, isn't very experienced either. Jan Holdak's wearing the captain armband, and Jermaine Udamaga the only one with any first-team experience.
Yes, obviously Jan's been capped by the German youth team, so obviously he's got a wealth of experience at that level. You've got James Ferry's just come back from a loan spell at Welling, and Jermaine Udamaga, as you say, a couple of first-team games this year. But aside from that, I would say you've got under 16 in goal in Ellery Balcombe, Nathan Fox, who's missed most of the time that he's been at the club through injury. Tom Field, Chris Mepham, Bradley Clayton, Reece, Zane, Herson. They're all they're all either under 18s or first year professionals. So there's not much experience in this Brentford side either.
So we're just about ready to get off and underway. The teams have tossed the coin. They're just now getting into position. Brentford will be kicking from right to left. As you look in this first half, red and white striped shirts, black shorts, black socks. Barnsley in dark blue / black shirts, white shorts and red socks. The referee this afternoon is Daniel Richardson. He's counting everyone up. He's made sure we're all ready to go. Barnsley look like they might be in a 4-4-2 system. Actually, we'll see how that develops as we go along. We're just about ready to go. It's 1 o'clock here. You're listening to Chris Wickham and Kieran Brett live on the Brentford FC YouTube channel. It's under-21 Professional Development League action from Griffin Park, and we are off and underway. Barnsley kick us away to the right hand side, looking down the line. The ball's headed out by Field, and Brentford can move it down the line, and Udamaga tries to get away from his man, tries to get away from Cowgill, can't quite do so, and so Barnsley maintain possession on this right hand side, looking to get it down the line. Mepham wins his first aerial challenge. The ball's just about kept in play. Is it by Herson? No, it's not. On this near side, so it'll be a throw in to Barnsley down the right hand side. They've got us going immediately, and they've won another throw in. That one was won by Jerry Amu, former of West Ham. He was raised by West Ham. At the end of last season, he's here on trial. I think he's had a few trials, Amu, as he's gone along, looking for a club, looking for that next contract. Another throw into Barnsley on the right hand side. We're just ticking towards the first minute of play. And Kieran, it does look as if Barnsley have lined up in a 4-4-2.
Yes, it does in the early stages. It looks like they've got Kay and Harris in the centre with Cowgill and Cleat, the two centre backs. Cleat, who's comes to the club from West Brom, and with it appears to be I think it's the Ash and Alton as the two strikers. Alton just dropping a little bit deeper there to pick up possession.
Played down the line by Brad Ash, formerly of Western-super-Mare, signed in the January transfer window. The right winger, James Carville, looking for some support from Wardle. The cross might now come in there from Carville. It's good defending over there by Herson Rodriguez-Alves, back to fill in, helping out Tom Field, and it's going to be a goal kick which Ellery Balcombe will take. Ellery Balcombe, Kieran, one that our viewers wouldn't necessarily know a lot about. Under 16, very young, but he's been promoted above a few people today. He
has, yes. I know that Yanni Viander, the academy goalkeeping coach, thinks very highly of him. He's played a few under-18s games this year ahead of people like Jordan Carey and Cameron Greaves, who's on the bench. To say he's really good shot stopper, which you'd expect at this level. But I think what's pleased Fleming particularly about him is his confidence and his willingness to come out to claim crosses, despite the fact he's 16. Obviously, physically giving a bit away to others.
Fantastic ball there from James Ferry, and it's Bradley Clayton on the right hand side, looked to pull it back. It was Fox who was up there from right back. Ball into Clayton wasn't the best, but Brentford still coming again. Here's a chance for Reece Cole. Maybe he can spread it to the left to Tom Field, who's up offering support. There's men over if he can deliver across. Not the best. It's cannoned off Carville, and it'll be out of play for the first corner of the afternoon. That goes to Brentford, but Kieran, Fox and Clayton should probably have done better between them there.
Yes, Fox's cutback was just a little bit behind Bradley, and then Bradley's first touch on his weaker right foot was heavy, and it allowed the Barnsley defender to clear. But it was a lovely spread of the play by James Ferry, and a good run from Nathan to get in behind.
The corner's taken. Zane Westbrook with a poor ball in. Brentford seem to be more worried about defending the breakaway than actually taking that corner, and now Barnsley can exploit that and break away. There's play down the line looking for Carville. It's back now to Balcombe. Balcombe with a fairly heavy first touch, gets himself out of it. Can clear the danger. It's going to be a throw in to Barnsley, halfway inside the Brentford half. Taken quickly, and now spread over to George Cleat, formerly of West Bromwich Albion, or on trial here, I think, from West Bromwich Albion. Jeffs cuts inside. He's predominantly a right-sided player, playing at left back today, filling in, I think, due to obviously a lot going on at Barnsley at the moment. They've played 2 games over the Easter weekend, picked up 4 points, I think, if I remember rightly. Good win away at Port Vale yesterday, and they've got the Johnson's Paint Trophy final this coming weekend. So lots for their more experienced players to get to grips with. Fox again up from right back, looking to get Brentford in the attacking area. Here's Westbrook, exchanges passes with Fox. Fox back to James Ferry, dictating the play from midfield. Now here's Reece Cole, under pressure, but moves the ball out to Field. Field gets it back, lucky deflection, but then a poor pass, and it's Ash who might come away with it. There was a foul there. I think that was unnecessary from Field, because I think Reece Cole was going to win that back.
It was a poor bit of play there by Tom. He lost the ball in the first place, and then gave away a foul, and I think Reece just stepped on a player as he tried to avoid him there. But it's allowed Barnsley to get possession, get players up the pitch, and have an attacking platform from here.
Charlie Harris takes the free kick quickly, moves it over to Jeffs. Now out on the left-hand side to James Carville. Jeffs gets it back. Barnsley keeping possession in defensive third at the moment. Playing a sweeping pass, good header by Field though, but Barnsley pick it up again. Field having to make another tackle. Free kick eventually goes Barnsley's way. A heavy challenge there by Ferry. This one game where, as you mentioned in your introduction, Kieran, Brentford have the physical advantage. That might count against them in some ways.
Yes, I mean the last few weeks, especially the Ipswich game down here and the Crystal Palace game that we commented on. You know, the majority of Brentford players, except maybe Chris Mepham and James Hay, were giving away a lot of height to the opposition. But this is one game where Brentford do have at least parity in terms of size with their opponents.
That was the first real chance of the game. Fell Barnsley's way. It was Josh Kay with the shot, formerly of AFC Field. There's a couple in this Barnsley team who've come through that route, young non-league players. He was one of them, Kay, and he would probably have expected from 20 yards to have done a bit better. Not the best attempt at clearing the ball from Brentford.
No, it wasn't, and it dropped to him just on the edge of the box there, and he probably had more time than he thought, and he slashed it going for power, when it's one of those where you try at the very least to get it on target in case it bounces off a defender or bounces off the goalkeeper and someone can follow up, but he sort of slashed at it and put it well over.
Here's James Ferry in the centre midfield. He's got Bradley Clayton moving to the right. Fox is overlapping. In fact, he's almost underlapping. He's going so quickly. There's Fox into the penalty area. He's having to go backwards. Not the best pass, but James Ferry will pick it up. Ferry now looks to play a ball forward. That was a fairly ambitious one there from Ferry. Not quite sure what he was attempting. If Zane Westbrook had been able to turn that into anything, he'd have been doing very well. Couldn't do so. It's out of play. If you are just joining us, it's Chris Wickham and Kieran Brett live from a sunny Griffin Park on a spring afternoon, a chilly-ish spring afternoon. It's Brentford 0, Barnsley 0, the Under-21 Professional Development League. Coming towards the end of the Development League season, neither Barnsley nor Brentford have had seasons to write home about. Barnsley beat Watford last week, but had lost 3 in a row before that, and they're 8th out of 10 in the northern section, while Brentford are sitting rather unprettily 7th out of 10 in the southern section. It's 8 out of 11 for Barnsley, so both of them are certainly in the lower third. It's not been, Kieran, if we're honest, the best of seasons for this Brentford group. No,
it hasn't, especially after the under-18s who've made up the bulk of this group this year did so well last season. They haven't really been able to put a consistent run of results and run of form together. They had a few weeks just before Christmas where they seem to be coming back from all sorts of positions to pick up victory, but since then they've just been almost been finding ways to lose games 1-0, 2-0 here, and say that the QPR game a couple of weeks ago where absolutely dominated the game and held to a 0-0 draw. It's just things like that haven't quite gone for the team this year, and they haven't been able to get those victories when they've needed to.
Brentford still with possession. They've had possession for the last couple of minutes, and now it's Holdak looking for a good ball over the top. It was Field who was making the run. He was offside. The assistant on that far side picked that up, spotted it. Good pressing there from Barnsley. They forced Brentford into a longer ball than Brentford would probably have wanted.
Yes, it was good work there by the Ash and Alton up front, and as I say, he forced Holdak just to put his foot through it and clear. It was unfortunate in a way, because if Field could have stayed onside, he probably had the running of Warden at right back, but he just strayed too early and the lines of the flag went up.
It's back with Barnsley possession. Goalkeeper has it. Moved to the right hand side to Wardle. Now looking to come forward for Barnsley. Flick there from Ash, but now it's the Barnsley right winger Jerry Amuse in an offside position. Played 9 minutes and the game's not really got going. Brentford have had a lot of the ball, but not in areas that would be unthreatening.
No, and I think that's probably a fair thing to say about the last few weeks really for the Brentford side, is they've seen a lot of possession at various stages of the last few weeks, but as we're seeing right now, it's all midway inside their own area. It's not been in the most threatening of areas so far.
There's Zane Westbrook trying to conjure something up. Played over the top, and Bradley Clayton might get there. He does get there. He chips the ball over and he scores. Bradley Clayton has given Brentford the lead out of nothing, really. It was the ball forward from Zane Westbrook was it picked out the run, but he should never really have got there. And I think it was George Cleat who could perhaps have done better there. The ball bounced through. Clayton got in there, and it was a very clever finish from Bradley. Very clever finish from Bradley Clayton. Gives Brentford the lead. They lead 1-0.
Yeah, it was a lovely. The ball seemed to just hold up off the surface as it went over the defender there, and Bradley saw the keeper come out, and it's one of those where the keeper coming out probably makes Bradley's mind up for him, but he's done really well there to just lift it up and over. And having said that, Brentford hadn't had too much in the way of possession. They didn't really need much then, because it was one ball over the top that split the Barnsley defence and allowed Clayton to nip in.
Was Charlie Harris, who just tried to equalise directly from kick-off. It wasn't far away, but I think Ellery Balcombe had that covered. Of course, the most famous goal from kick-off, one of the most famous certainly in English football, occurred here at Griffin Park. And a few weeks ago, Sean Ridley, who's powering our stream today, was searching through and finding that goal from Paul Evans. It was at the other end, and that one from Harris wasn't anywhere near as successful. Here's Reece Cole. It looked like he was in two minds there, whether to cross, whether to shoot. In the end, found a halfway house of chipping a ball through to the goalkeeper Murphy. Murphy had no chance with that goal really from Clayton. Let down rather badly by his defence, I would say.
Yes, I say he came out to try and narrow the angle, but it was a lovely finish by Clayton. But it shouldn't really have. Cleat shouldn't have allowed it to beat him. But then once it did beat him, then Clayton just managed to get in the ball. I say held up off the surface, and it was a very nice neat finish from Clayton over the goalkeeper.
Yeah, and we aren't fortunate enough to have replays here yet. I'm sure Sean will be working on that for us. But it's a terrible ball there from Holdak, puts Reece Cole in all sorts of trouble. Balcombe will have to deal with it. Anyway, we don't have any replays, so we haven't been able to watch that goal back. But as it was in the 10th minute, if you're just joining us, scored by Bradley Clayton, a chip ball forward from Zane Westbrook. It was played. Clayton, who's playing predominantly on the right wing, cut in. I think it was either it was in the left centre back area, so it was George Cleat or perhaps even Logan Jeffs who let the ball bounce over his head, put Bradley Clayton through on goal. Cleverly lofted the ball over the goalkeeper and into the net. Here's Nathan Fox for Brentford on the right hand side. You can see immediately in the first 10-12 minutes, Brentford are looking to that ball over to that right hand side. I think they sense that Logan Jeffs, as a right-footed left back, is tucking further in field than you would naturally expect, and that's leaving some space. Yes, and Nathan as well likes to get forward. And I know that's one thing that Fleming's really insisted upon in the last few weeks, is that they spread the ball quickly, because teams that sit in and make it difficult, if you're not moving the ball with pace, then you can't get through them. But I know that Fleming's been very, very keen that they move the ball quickly and really try and attack down try and get the ball wide and try and make things happen. Holdak for Brentford, he chips the ball over, looking for that long diagonal. This is Tom Field this time, who's going to keep the ball in play. He can put in a cross. That's a decent looking cross. It was Clayton arriving again. Good header that time from Cleat. Solves the danger, and almost a second one for Brentford, almost a second for Bradley Clayton, who's when I've seen him, Kieran, he's generally played more central, but playing a wide role today, where perhaps the physical attributes that he doesn't possess, if you know what I mean, aren't so much of a factor. Yes, well, I know that they've Bradley's a very intelligent footballer, very good eye for a pass, very technically very good as well, and you just saw with his finish that it was a really, really nice little finish. So I think they like to get him out in areas where he can see the ball and dictate play, and try and find people inside him with with those little balls inside and with little bits of skill out there. But he's coming up to 19 now. You wonder if he is going to get any bigger, and if he doesn't, then he has to try and find his way in professional football. Someone as that size, obviously, there are small players. There are some very good small players, but you have to try and find a way to play, don't you? Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing with Brad is maybe finding a position for him where where perhaps that size doesn't mean too much, because as I say, he's a very technically good footballer, and he's got all the attributes, and mentally he's very, very strong as well. But it is just a case of it gets to a certain level where you do have to have an element of physicality in your game, and when it gets to that level, Brady's got to try and work out how he can get round that element of physicality. The shot flying over the bar there was from Tom Field, after a more clever play by Clayton, actually, who'd picked up a position from a throw-in, and he and Udamaga had combined to create some space for Tom Field. It's Udamaga who's down on the field receiving attention, got a bit of a bump in there. Brentford will be in a little bit of trouble if Udamaga has to go off, because there's no one who can play up front, really, apart from the aforementioned Clayton. Certainly no one who could lead the line as a central striker in this team, or certainly no one who could do it as well as Jermaine. He's coming to the end of his contract at Brentford. Jermaine Udamaga hasn't been offered a new one yet. Been out on loan, so it's a big couple of months for him. Yes, it is. Obviously, from this. He had the spell at the start of the season where he was around the first team squad. He played in the game up at Oxford, played up at Burnley, and I think it was the Sheffield Wednesday game down here, or the Preston game, one of the two, where he could have opened his Brentford account there. But as you say, he's got a month or so, just over a month before the end of the season, to stake a claim for having a contract for going forward. Either at Brentford or somewhere else, of course. Here come Barnsley. They're looking to get to level things up. They trail by a goal to nil. The ball's played down the line. That's going to run straight out of play. It's going to be a goal kick. If you are just joining us, I understand the stream went down for a little bit, so apologies you lost us. Brentford lead by a goal to nil. It was scored by Bradley Clayton. The assist from Zane Westbrook chipped the ball over the top. Clayton got in behind the defence, who should really have dealt with it, and then lifted it very cleverly over Aaron Murphy and into the net. Brentford are dominating the game without looking like they're going to run right at the moment, but Brentford are certainly the better team at present. and they have possession on the left hand side with Field. Clever layoff by Udomarga now to Reece Cole. Can he find room to shoot? Instead will allow Clayton, not the best first touch, but Clayton will pull it back, and half sort of cleared by Barnsley, and then the shot in the end from Nathan Fox was well over the bar. Brentford, Kieran, just starting to look like they're going through the gears a bit.
They are, yes. They're getting space in the midfield for Zane and Reece to get on the ball, and if you can get Zane and Reece on the ball in space, that generally is a very positive thing for this Brentford side. Again, perhaps a slightly strong touch there by Clayton down the side, but it was a good cut back, cleared, and then as it came back out to Nathan, he went for the glory of a first time shot, and it went. He's currently on the 65 bus going towards Ealing Broadway.
Cleared long by Murphy for Barnsley. It's going to run out of place. That'll be a throw in to Brentford on this near side. 16.5 minutes played. Brentford 1, Barnsley 0. You're watching live on the Brentford YouTube channel. Thank you for everyone who's joined us, Brentford fans, Barnsley fans, or just anyone else who has nothing better to do on a Tuesday afternoon. It's 1-0 here to the Bees, but Barnsley looking to perhaps put an attack together. Not the best pass there from Jack Alton, another of the young Barnsley contingent today, and it's cleared away by Fox. Handball in there in the centre midfield, but Brentford are allowed to play on. Here's Reece Cole. Reece Cole has Clayton moving outside of him. Jermaine Udomarga's taken over. Slowed the move down a little bit as Udomarga, but Brentford still have possession. That's Zane Westbrook now, who's played it to no one really, but Holdak will help him out. Holdak and Fox between them get Brentford moving forward. Looked like Fox might have been hauled down there. He was, and it'll be a free kick to Brentford. Fox steps away, and now Holdak will take it. Chris Mepham, who's establishing himself as a fixture at this level at least, and was of course in the been given a squad number now as the 19th man for a couple of games for the first team earlier this season when there was a suspension for Johan Barbe. Ferry, just back from a loan spell at Wedding, spreads it out to the right hand side looking for Fox. Fox probably turned in a more ambitious way than was strictly necessary, but wins himself a throw in. And Fox will then go over to take it. It's an important week for this under-21 team, as much as they've got a Tuesday, Saturday. They travel away to Huddersfield for a game on Saturday morning. That'll be 11:30, played up at Huddersfield. A ball through from Udomarga, almost gets Clayton in. So they've got 2 games in 4 days. So that again is a bit like a first team experience.
Yes, and Huddersfield will be a very tough test. They are always a strong side at under 18 and under 21 level, and a big physical side, and they're doing well again this year. But it's an important thing for these boys to learn, and something I know that when Lee Carsley was in charge of this group, he said it's all well and good playing Monday, but you also have to get the boys ready for playing Saturday, Tuesday, and I think this will be a little thing to get them ready for that. Travelling up I'd imagine they'll travel up on Friday, go through what will be a first team like preparation and build up to hopefully get them more attuned for potential first team call ups when they come.
Brentford starting to dominate possession now, and it's Chris Mepham with the ball, stepping into the Barnsley half, looking for some options. It's going to be Brentford maintaining the ball there on that left-hand side, and winning a throw-in. Field is over to take it for the Bees. Lead by a goal to nil. Goal scored by Bradley Clayton. Nice turn there on the edge of the box by Reece Cole. Good challenge though. Comes in, and Barnsley can perhaps clear their line. Murphy though, not the best of clearances, and Herson Rodriguez-Hours should pick that one up. He does. Breaks through a couple of challenges. Now to the edge of the box. Can't break through a third though. Ferry picks the ball up. Simple pass into Westbrook. Westbrook now to Alves. Brentford moving the ball with a bit more purpose. Here's Holdak with the ball over the top again, looking for Alves, and almost getting something. And Brentford moved the ball there, as I mentioned, with a bit more purpose, bit more zip, and looked like they could create something.
Yes, you could hear in the build-up to that the Barnsley coach shouting to his team to stay narrow, and obviously the narrower that Barnsley stay, the more difficult it is for Brentford to play through it, and that's where quicker passing, moving it around, getting down the sides. That's where Brentford can get their joy, and you just saw there that they moved it a bit quicker and managed to have a chance at a final ball through. But when you've got Barnsley sitting as they were just then, that final ball has to be very, very, very good to find someone.
Free kick goes Barnsley's way. A foul there by Tom Field, according to the referee, Mr. Richardson, with some support from his assistant on this near side. Barnsley can put the ball into the penalty area. Brentford have got all 11 men behind the ball. Free kicks 2 or 3 yards from the dead ball line, from the touchline rather, on this near side, the Barnsley right. They looked to work a short one, looked to work a clever one. That didn't quite work, and midway point just about of the first half. Kieran, how do you sum it up so far?
I think Brentford have been comfortable so far. I mean, they've got the goal, which is something they haven't done in recent weeks when they've been on top. Deserve a goal, lovely finish from Bradley Clayton, but they've dominated possession, and as you just alluded to a couple of minutes ago, when they've moved it quickly, they've looked very dangerous. It's just a case of they need to move it quicker at certain stages and try and get people like Reece Cole, Bradley Clayton, Zane Westbrook on the ball in the final third.
Here's Udamaga dropping slightly deeper from the central striking role. Brentford maintaining possession with Holdak and now Mepham. They're not afraid to press Barnsley. They've won it back through a move. Now worked into to Kay. Kay looking to release Jack Alton, couldn't quite do so. Now here's Mepham. Mepham gets that ball slightly wrong, so that'll be a throw in to Barnsley. When Barnsley press 4 or 5 men that high up the field, you'd like to think there should be space for Brentford to exploit.
Yes, it's obviously a question first of getting through that first press though, and a couple of times they've Barnsley forced Brentford to go long and force errant passes like that was. But if you can get round that high press, then you think that if Barnsley are putting 4 or 5 men up in the press, then you're going to have at least 2, if not all 3 of the Brentford midfielders against one in the centre midfield for Barnsley, and that's where you can get some joy.
Barnsley have a throw in. 23 minutes played, 1-0 to Brentford. Throw-in will be taken by Louis Wardle when he eventually gets himself into the right position. Wardle loses out to Ferrier. Now Brentford can perhaps counter-attack. Zane Westbrook looking for some options. There aren't really too many people making intelligent runs for him. Ferrier was making one, but he wasn't seen. Holdak can release Fox. That's a good run, a good pass, and if Fox can deliver, Brentford could be in. The ball just ran away a little from Fox as he tried to deliver the cross, and couldn't quite do so. Now it can the counter-attack can be counter-attacked. Good play though from Zane Westbrook. Good harrying, good chasing. Well won back, and now Brentford can get themselves into an end-to-end, a tennis match, or a football match if you like, end-to-end. One side attack, then the other one. Brentford choose to slow it down. Here's Holdak. Udamaga with a little bit of space. You always think if Brentford can play that midfield pass quickly, there should be an option. That was the case there. Udamaga got it out of his feet quickly, found Holdak, who was happy to step up, but his pass couldn't quite find Nathan Fox. This Brentford team don't seem to be too worried about committing men forward. Barnsley keeping 2 up, and often moves quite a long way up the pitch as well, and that strange short sleeves and gloves combination that never makes any sense to me. But Brentford are happy to put men forward and risk being broken on.
Yes, they are, and something that Jan Holdak talked about last week after the defeat to Bolton is the way that Brentford want to play is they are quite happy, and it's something the first team had last year, is that they are quite happy to leave 2 centre backs and maybe one full back, or 2 centre backs and the defensive midfielder up against 2 or 3 in trusting that they will create something at the other end, and then if it does break, that they'll have enough back to deal with the pressure. I mean, it doesn't always work like that, but that's the game plan.
Clever from Udamaga, gets Clayton running at the Barnsley defence. He's looking for some options. Udamaga is the option. can perhaps play on one more. Finds James Ferry, who can go for goal. It sat nicely for him. It was running right into his path, but Ferry was leaning back and cleared the regal stand away to our left, high, wide, and not very handsome over the goal, and the chance had gone. But that again, as we saw, when you get that ball moving quickly through the midfield, if Brentford can get it wide, can get Clayton, especially on the right, and Herson Rodriguez-Alves on this side, we can isolate themselves on the full-back. There's some joy, and forcing Barnsley into a mistake as well now. Here's James Ferry in the centre circle. So a good challenge in there from Logan Jeffs to win the ball back from Clayton, but Clayton, he makes the challenge now, and Brentford still have possession. Not the best pass though. Fox can't pick it up, and so now Barnsley can perhaps attack. Holdak wins it for Brentford, and now here's Zane Westbrook. Westbrook to Reece Cole. Alves is in the penalty area, and others are joining. Brentford instead move it backwards. Holdak encourages Mepham to step out of defence. To Field, and now to Alves. Fox onto Clayton. Brentford still trying to penetrate, really, trying to get the ball into an area where they can do something with it. Instead, it's lost by Reece Cole trying to make something happen. But Brentford have it back. Mepham with the ball over the top looking for Field. That is a fantastic pass from Mepham. Field can attack the penalty area, can't quite deliver across, and it's picked up by the goalkeeper. But that ball from Mepham on his wrong foot, the ball running away from him, that was as good as you see at any level.
It was a real shame that the defender just got a touch in to take it back to goalkeeper. As you said, it was a lovely ball over the top by Chris, and once Tom had got in, there were Brentford runners getting into the box, and if you could have pulled it back to sort of that corridor between the edge of the 6-yard box penalty spot, there was Jermaine and Bradley Clayton were there waiting to apply a finish.
27.5 minutes played. It's Brentford 1, Barnsley 0. You're watching live on the Brentford YouTube channel. Chris Wickham and Kieran Brett bringing you the match. Sean Ridley's driving us from the office this afternoon, and we've had a few problems, but hopefully you're getting some of it. Sean will no doubt be working hard to fix anything that's gone wrong. Brentford lead by a goal to 0. The goal scored by Clayton, and they're worthy of that lead, but have never really looked like they're going to pull away and make the game completely safe. Barnsley with possession now with Cowgill, who's the most experienced member of their team, the captain. Holdak wins the ball back. And there's a foul there on Jack Alton, the young Jack Alton, second-year scholar. Played a clever pass into the feet there of Brad Ash, and then went away from Holdak. Definitely a foul. And Barnsley with a chance to perhaps put some bodies in the box. The centre halves just waiting for instruction. They are going to go up.
I think if Barnsley are looking to get this ball into the box, they need the two centre backs up there to give them the height advantage, and looks like this will be just flung in there.
The header came in from Jack Cowgill, the captain, but didn't get a lot of purchase on it, and straight through to Balcom, who with a very clever kick and fairly direct pass to Jermaine Udamaga from 60 odd yards, and almost got Brentford going again. I mean, you've seen Balcom a couple of times. What's his distribution like?
It's getting better. It's definitely it wasn't perhaps his strongest suit earlier on in the season, and but it's really improving, and that's something that makes a huge difference at this level. Not only at this level, but the way that Brentford want to play football is, distribute. You can't just be a goalkeeper who saves shots and catches crosses anymore. You've got to be able to, you've got to, like Eloise just did there, you've got to be able to try and find someone from 40, 50 yards, and it's an area that I know Yanni works very hard with all the young keepers at Brentford. And you've only got to look at people like Jack Bonham and David Button, their distribution, to see how important it is.
From that piece of distribution by Balcom, Barnsley were never able to win the ball back, and Brentford have themselves a corner, which Tom Field will go over to take. Gianni Vio works with the development squad on their set pieces, so something you'll see here will have been worked on. It's a short one. It's going to be Westbrook with perhaps a chance to shoot or cross. It's gone to Udamaga again. Clayton now maybe with some room. Holdak with a shot. That's blocked. I'm not quite sure that was exactly what Brentford were planning, but they almost got something from it. But now Barnsley can break with Carvel looking to find a move. Mepham's getting back, and he gets a strong challenge in. It was unusual, but it almost worked.
I'm not entirely sure that it was exactly what they wanted to happen, but they Jermaine sort of held onto the ball at the end on the edge of the box and played a good ball into to Bradley Clayton. He did very well to control it because it really was fizzed in at him. And then Holdak's shot was travelling. I'm not sure if it had avoided the defender, whether the goalkeeper would have had much chance of saving it.
Offside. The Barnsley man is offside, so it'll be a throw into. A free kick to Brentford, and they get play moving again. Looking to get some pace into this game. It's been a little bit slow for my liking. Not the sort of thing that they'd be wanting. They want to show that they can play at a fast level. Holdak bails Nathan Fox out. Not the best pass, but now Brentford have it in the centre circle with Ferry. Very clever exchange with Udamaga, and now almost another 1-2. Cole was moving backwards, so played it backwards. And now here's Holdak. He can chip a clever ball over the top to Fox. That's a better one. Fox with a chance to deliver. So men over at the far post, and Herson Rodriguez-Alves never attacked that ball. He would have had a header if he'd done so, but maintains possession. Field in there with the challenge. Now here's Udamaga with a chance to go for goal. Curls at one, and he's curled it over the bar. He should probably have done a little bit better there. There's a couple of chances in that move for Brentford. A good cross from Fox that no one at the far post attacked, and when it eventually came back, Udamaga turned, looking for some space. Was probably 12 yards out or so on the angle, and missed the target. And he would have been hoping that he could have done a little bit better.
Yes, definitely. Once he's probably only about 12, 14 yards from goal there, and he's just leant back, and it was always curling over. But it was good determination by Tom Field to win the ball back over there, and it was a lovely ball in from Nathan Fox. It was one of those that I think the goal, when Fox first looked to get it in, the goalkeeper was coming to claim it. It just kept going away from him.
Played over the top for a move to run onto down this near side. Chris Mepham, who's looks very comfortable at this level for one who's probably the youngest member of this Brentford team, or certainly the youngest outfield member of the Brentford team. But he looks very comfortable, looks very confident in there. And looks like he might have the potential to step up at some point in the future. Barnsley deliver the ball into the penalty area now. Fox is over there, heads away, and Clayton can pick the ball up. Brentford looking to overlap. That's a decent ball. Is Westbrook going to get there first? He's not quite going to do so. It'll be George Cleat who comes across, but Westbrook's challenging him and almost forcing a mistake. He just held on to his man a little bit too much, and concedes a free kick, which is a shame. But Brentford almost looking to make something happen there. Westbrook almost then wins it back, and Udamaga can win it back. Here's Ferry onto Udamaga. This is where perhaps the extra man in midfield will help Brentford, but Udamaga holds on to it for too long, and now it's played over the top looking for Amu again. Who's got his skates on. He's not going to catch that though, and Tom Field was catching him. And what looked like a good pass initially was always running away, and it's going to be a throw-in. We've played 33 minutes. If you are just joining us, I know we've had a few problems with our stream. Hopefully we're coming to you in some way at the moment. 1-0 to Brentford, but a free kick to Barnsley, 25 yards or so from the dead ball line on the right-hand side. A chance for them to deliver another ball into the penalty area.
Yes, it was an interesting point you made about Chris Mepham looking comfortable at this level for a variety of reasons, injury, selection, etc. There's a lot of youth teamers have played a lot of under-21s football this year, and a lot of under-16s have played a lot of under-18s football this year. So there's a lot of boys who've played a level or two above where they might have expected to this year, who've really been forced to kick on, and thankfully for the club have kicked on.
Harris's free kick is headed away. Clayton almost completes the clearance. He could probably have brought that down if he'd have had a call. Barnsley have possession back. Murphy, the goalkeeper. Now here's Logan Jeffs. His ball down the line is challenged by Brad Ash. Mepham gets the better of him and wins a throw-in. 10 minutes or so to half-time. Brentford the better team. They lead by a goal to nil, but they're not. This game isn't over. They're not playing well enough to. They're not playing that much better than Barnsley if they consider this game done and dusted. Here's Tom Field looking to ball into Udamaga. Clever one, and now Brentford can perhaps get themselves going again. Now here's Clayton, who's cleverly held onto the line. Now he can cut back inside maybe and go for goal. Can Bradley Clayton? The shot's not the best, but he wins himself a corner. I'm not actually sure that was going to trouble the goal, but a good move. And once again, we talked about quick movement through the midfield. A dummy counts just as much as a quick pass, and that created the extra man.
No, it was a lovely little bit of lovely bit of rotation between Jermaine Udomaga and Reece Cole, and Reece spotted Bradley Clayton really wide out, and obviously been told to make the pitch as wide as possible. And he had Nathan Fox on the overlap, who might have been the ball at one stage, but he cut inside, and I think you're probably right. It didn't look as if that shot was going to be troubling the goalkeeper. So a corner is probably the best result Brentford could have hoped for there.
Cole and Fielder over it. Cole delivers it. Udomaga jumps, heads down. It's Holdak who almost got on the end of it. Udomaga won his header quite comfortably, and Holdak, having got the touch, would probably have expected that he could have scored. It was delivered by Cole. Udomaga got up, and Holdak couldn't quite turn it in. And now Barnsley can get the ball moving away. More than half a chance.
Yes, I think, I'm not sure whether Jan didn't think the defender was going to miss it, and then he sort of got the touch onto it and almost surprised himself that the ball was still at his feet, and just gave the goalkeeper enough time to come out and claim it. It was a good knock down by Jermaine. It just looked like the couple of Barnsley defenders were expecting someone else to deal with it. Jan didn't switch off and got in.
Holdak with a long crossfield pass, and Herson Rodriguez Alves couldn't quite keep that one in place. So it's going to be a throw in, and which Louis Warder will come and take. 37 minutes or so played. 1-0 to Brentford. Barnsley had possession in the shape of Harris. Now Cleat moving it out to Jeffs. Ferry almost wins it back in midfield for Brentford, but now Harris can play a pass in there. Here's Amu into the penalty area for Brentford. The offside flag is up. The naked eye suggested that might have been a little harsh, because I thought Amu had just beaten Fox for pace there.
Yes, he looks like he's got good turn of pace on him, Amu, and it's one of those that, you know, when you have got the pace that he has, you shouldn't really be offside. But it probably came to Brentford's rescue there, the offside flag. So there's a couple. It was 2-on-2 in the middle, and the right ball back. It would have more than likely been an equaliser for the visitors.
Amu had predominantly been playing on the right-hand side at the start of the match, but he's over on the left here as Mepham can't quite keep the ball in play. Clatters into the stand that we're sitting in. The gantry shakes a little, but we're all right. And a throw into Barnsley.
I think they're just checking if he's all right down below.
Yeah, Mepham isn't back on. And someone's had to slot back into centre of defence, and that's going to be Ferry who's gone back in there. When players come to this very near touchline, they go slightly out of our view. So we heard Chris Mepham arriving, but we didn't see him.
No.
And it sounded loud.
It sounded like he's just skidded across the AstroTurf just between the touchline and the hoardings here, and probably run into a hoarding. James Ferry's still at centre back. You could hear a couple of the Barnsley players saying that he was off the pitch. So there was no reason to stop the game, which is a fair point. He is off the pitch, so at the moment it looks like he's just come back on now.
Yeah, so Brentford back up to their complement of 11 as Mepham returns with bits of the new road in his leg, and Barnsley have possession. They'll keep the game moving again with Jack Cowgill. Barnsley have sort of switched to a slightly sort of 4-4-1-1, 4-2-3-1 system. Harris and Kay are definitely quite deep, and Brad Ash is ploughing a lone furrow upfield. The former Western-super-Mayor man signed in the January transfer window from the non-league side. Here's James Carville looking to play a ball into the penalty area and wins himself a corner. And that change, obviously, because Brentford have had a lot of possession, is not always easy to say exactly how Barnsley are lining up. But with Alton being slightly deeper, they do look a little more solid. Yes,
I think they're obviously two against three in the centre of that midfield. Brentford were getting the run in the midfield, and I think they've probably just tried to drop Alton in a bit to go more man for man in that central area and try and stop Brentford seeing as much the ball and having as many men over in that middle area.
Harris will take the corner for Barnsley on this near side there, right. It's a decent delivery. And Amu had all sorts of space there on the far side, and if he'd have connected, it'd rather hit the back of the net or Twickenham. In the end, he missed. And we put back in now his Holdak, who will has absolutely no nonsense about that clearance. That is a good touch.
Talking about Twitter, that's a tremendous touch round there. He's cleared that from the edge of the penalty area to about just outside the edge of the Barnsley penalty area, where the Logan Jess is up in the Brain Road stand getting the ball back now.
Yeah, so if Holdak was slightly worried about his colleague Mepham, he's giving him a couple of extra seconds breathing space. Mepham is certainly stretching himself out. He doesn't look 100% comfortable, as none of us would be, having hit a stand at full pelt, but he's still going.
It looks for Chris, it could just be an impact injury. It was quite ginger when he came back on the pitch. He does seem to have loosened up a bit since then, so it might just be a case of stretching that knee out a couple of times. I presume it's the knee that went into the hoarding first, and just sort of getting through to half time, bit of ice at half time, and come back out after that. 4
minutes to the break, plus anything that the referee likes to add, and now here's a good ball there from Ferry. Now here's Bradley Clayton with a chance perhaps to shoot as he dribbled himself into the penalty area. He can't quite do so. Brentford probably had more men there than Clayton thought, and passing rather than trying to beat his man would have been the order of the day, but Ferry was the main instigator there with the pass. And when Fox gets forward, that's when Brentford look at their most dangerous.
Yes, he's done really well today, Nathan, getting forward down that right hand side. His first game back from injury in a couple of months. It must have been a very frustrating time for Nathan. He joins a club, plays 2 games, gets injured and misses the next few months, but he's looked good today, getting forward down that right hand side. Hasn't been put under too much pressure defensively. Amu's done okay, run him a couple of times, but going forward he's looked a good outlet for the side.
Corner for Brentford. Looks like Field might take this one, delivers it. That's a good looking ball. Herson Rodriguez Alves jumps, but it's flicked off a Barnsley head. It should be a Brentford throw in if it goes. Should be a Brentford throw in if it goes. The referee has decided. Well, he's just got that one wrong, hasn't he? He's just got that one wrong. It flicked off a Barnsley head, and it's going to be a throw in. I think most of the players knew. Referee didn't. But that delivery from Field certainly should perhaps have done better.
Yes, he didn't really seem to throw himself at the ball. He sort of got up as if to try and head it towards goal, but never really looked too much like he was going to push everyone out of his way to get on the end of it.
Aerial challenge on this near side. Brentford with the ball at their feet in the shape of Reece Cole. He's still a youth team player as well. He hasn't signed a professional contract yet, but he'll be signing one in the summer. Here's Cole, just a slightly heavy touch, and Brentford still have possession in the shape of Clayton. Clayton looking to turn. Good challenge in there, and now Fox with a challenge that almost became a shot, and it's going to be a goal kick. But there's just been a couple of times where the touch has been slightly heavy, the pass has been slightly off, and Brentford haven't turned good territory into good chances. Yes,
I think it'd probably be fair to say as we come up to half time that Brentford have been in control of this game but haven't dominated the game. They've seen a lot of the ball.
Here's Clayton though with a chance. He can perhaps set up Udemarker to shoot. The chance has gone though. Again, they didn't quite get that. Didn't quite beat the man right. Didn't quite get the touch right. Barnsley gave the ball to Bradley Clayton. A chance didn't really come, but here's Field now. Here's Udemarker, 20 yards from goal. He can perhaps shoot a clever pass into Field. Field's onside and must score, and he's hit the post. Clayton can finish it off. He can. He rifles it into the roof of the net. Tom Field really should have scored, and I think he probably owes Bradley Clayton a beer there, because that had to be a goal, and Tom Field has missed a sitter, hit the post, and Clayton has put it in from about 8 yards out. That time, when Brentford got the ball on the edge of the penalty area, they did make the final pass. They did make the right move. Udemarker looked like he was going to shake to shoot. In the end, a clever reverse pass between the right centre back and the right backs put Tom Field in on goal. He only had Aaron Murphy to beat and lots of the goal to aim at. Probably went for two. Probably tried to put too perfect the finish. Hit the far post as it bounced back to Bradley Clayton. He still had a little bit of work to do. There were 4 or 5 men in front of him, but he rifled it into the roof of the net. His second goal of the afternoon, and Brentford lead by 2-0. And that, Kieran, first of all, your reflection on the goal, but also that's probably a fair reflection of the game.
Yes, I think Tom Field will get the assist for that goal, but I think he's lucky to get that assist because he had so much of the goal to aim at. He's dragged it across goal, and it's fortunate in a way that it's just rebounded straight to Bradley Clayton, who has done well to convert. But it's a lovely little ball on the edge from Jermaine. He fooled everyone there. Everyone expected him to go for the shot, and he's just cut it back in, and Field timed his run perfectly. But I think I'd agree that 2-0 has been a fair enough reflection. Aaron Murphy's, I can't really remember him having a save to make in this first half, but two good bits of play by Brentford have yielded two goals, and that's something that's been lacking for the last few weeks, is turning possession and territory into goals.
Brentford conspire to make a mess in defence, and Ferry and Mepham are working overtime to try and solve errors that were, to be fair, largely of their own making. Referee has decided that 45.5 minutes is all we need, and that'll be half time. So if you are just joining us, if you've missed the first half, where have you been? We'll be back for the second half in a little while. It's Brentford 2, Barnsley 0 in the Under-21 Professional Development League. Live from Griffin Park, you're live on the Brentford YouTube channel. Both goals have been scored by Bradley Clayton. The first one capitalising on a defensive error to lift the ball over Aaron Murphy. The second after a nice pass from Jermaine Udamaga on the edge of the box, put Tom Field in with only Murphy to beat. He conspired to drill the ball against the far post, but it fell back to Bradley Clayton, and he has smashed it into the roof of the net to put Brentford 2-0 up. And as Kieran and I were just discussing, it's a lead that they fully deserve. We'll be off for 10 minutes or so. We'll be back soon after that, and you can we'll bring you the second half live from Griffin Park. Welcome back, everybody. This is the second half of an Under-21 Professional Development League game between Brentford and Barnsley at Griffin Park. It's clouded over a little bit, but it's still a reasonably warm spring afternoon. It's myself, Chris Wickham, alongside Kieran Brett. We've got a new link for the second half. We've got a new stream. Sean has been cycling all during half time to get enough power into the generator. We hope we'll be able to run through the second half. For a little man, he's got a lot of leg power, and he's been going like crazy during half time, trying to get us up and running. If you have missed the first half, and most of you have missed some of it, Brentford lead by 2-0. The goals both scored by Bradley Clayton. One early, one late, one about 12-13 minutes in, and one just before half time. First goal, a clever lob. The second, a finish from 10-12 yards after Tom Field had contrived to hit the post, which was almost an open goal. Kieran, we didn't get your thoughts at the very end of the first half. What was your assessment?
I think 2-0 is probably a fair reflection of the first half. Brentford were in control of most of the half without really creating too much in the way of chances against Aaron Murphy, but two very, very good bits of individual play. One the ball from Zane Westbrook, and the finish from Bradley Clayton, and the second the lovely reverse pass from Jermaine Udamaga opened up the Barnsley defence twice, and Brentford got their 2-goal lead. I mean, the things that would probably have pleased Fleming in the first half were how solid we were defensively. Eloise had very little to do, and he talks a lot, Fleming, about he wants 100% movements and 100% sort of perfect actions, and I think that he might have seen the starting of a couple of those in the first half, and he'll look to continue those on in the second half. And so this Brentford side has been slightly low on goals and confidence and results in recent weeks. So I think if they can get another early on in the half, you might see a bit more expression from the players and a real confident performance in the second 45 minutes.
You mentioned confidence and results and things not going to plan. You speak to Fleming after every game. Were you sensing any concern in him as to what he was seeing?
No, not really. The thing to really remember at this level is that if you gave anyone involved in under-21s football the chance to win every game of the league season and win every cup they could win, and have no one make the first team, or for having to lose every game and have one person make the first team, they would always pick you get that one player in the first team, because that's what they're here for. They're not here to win the under-21 league, they're not here to win the under-21 cup, they're here to get players in the first team. If they win matches of football and if they win cups, then that's a really good byproduct of it. But first and foremost, their aim is to get people in the first team. I think Fleming sees people in this team that he can get into the first team, and even though results and performances haven't been going their way recently, he's seen improvements in players that he wants to see.
Here's Nathan Fox breaking into the penalty area for Brentford. His touch is a bit heavy, but Reece Cole might be able to pick up the loose ball. A foul in there by Fox gives a free kick to Barnsley. So we're just off and underway for the second half. There have been no changes, so let me run you through the teams. Brentford line up with Ellery Balcom in goal. They have a back four of Nathan Fox, Chris Mepham, Jan Holdak and Tom Field. Two defensive midfield players, James Ferry and Zane Westbrook. Then three in front of them, which are Bradley Clayton, the scorer of 2 goals, Reece Cole and Herson Alves. Then in up front is Jermaine Udamarka. Pass just doesn't quite find Herson Rodriguez-Alves from Chris Mepham. On the bench for the Bees, if they're needed, Cameron Greaves, Josh Bowie, Jarvis Adoba and Julius Fenn-Evans. Barnsley, they have Aaron Murphy in goal. Their back four is Louis Wardle, Jack Cowgill, George Cleat and Logan Jeffs. They moved to a sort of a 4-2-3-1 system late in the first half, which had Josh Kay and Charlie Harris, their defensive midfield. Then Jerry Amu, Jack Alton and James Carville in the attacking areas, and Brad Ash as the lone striker. Brentford have possession in the shape of Mepham, and now Holdak picks the ball up. We're a minute or so into the second half at 2-0 to Brentford. Brentford kicking from left to right as you look in this second period. Red and white striped shirts, black shorts, black socks. Barnsley in the dark blue, black shirts, white shorts and red socks. Ellery Balcombe, possession for the Bees, and now here's James Ferry looking to turn. Here's Zane Westbrook, Brentford looking to pick through the lines. There's a ball out to the right hand side to Fox, who's overlapping again. Fox looking for Clayton, didn't quite get that ball right, and Clayton was marshalled. But you've seen immediately at the start of the second half, Kieran, Brentford are playing with a little bit of confidence.
They are, yes, and you could hear Flem Pedersen down below shouting excellent. A couple of those balls into the, especially the one that found Zane Westbrook in the pocket of space. That's what he wants to see, players in space. But you know, this Brentford side had a tough run since the new year in terms of results, and you know, no matter how much you tell players it's about development, they still want to win games of football. So you know, them being 2-0 up, it gives them a chance to win a game of football here that they haven't done for a while, and you can see that the confidence is coming through them now.
Holdak with the pass, it's Fox on the overlap. Challenge comes in, it's going to be a corner to Brentford. The challenge was over there from Logan Jeffs. Fox has taken a little while to get to his feet, but he will do so, and Brentford can put men into the penalty area. As we mentioned a couple of times in the first half, there's quite a few tall players in there for the Bees. It'll be a corner for them to get bodies forward. Holdak's gone up and Mepham's gone up. Ferry's there. Herson Rodriguez-Alves. Fox is the man back for Brentford, marshalling James Carville. It's Reece Cole and Tom Field over there with it. Looks like Cole might deliver this one. Not the best, but going to be Fox who can pick it up. Plays a part, almost played a pass looking for Mepham, and now it's been broken, and now Carville can race through. Fox is chasing back. Carville attacks the penalty area, and he will have a chance to round the goalkeeper Balcombe and score. And Brentford have been pegged back for the goal that was entirely of their own making. They had a corner, and within 15 seconds they conceded a goal. The corner from Cole wasn't the best. Fox, as the lone man back, then played a poor pass out to Mepham. All of a sudden, the ball was played through, and James Carville raced through on goal. Only had Balcombe to beat. Balcombe could do very little with it, and 4 minutes into the second period, Brentford have been pegged back. It's now 2-1. Barnsley are back in the game, and a goal that was as simple as it was frustrating from a Brentford point of view.
Yes, it was just a poor ball out from Nathan Fox, intercepted by Ash. I think he played Carville, and you know, Carville picked the ball up probably 10 yards inside his own half, and there was no one between him and Ellery Balcombe, and Nathan Fox tried to get back in to make a challenge, but couldn't bring him down. He sent off, and penalty or a free kick, and Carville did well though when he got into the box, kept good composure. It's one of those where he's got a lot of time to think as he's running through there, and he's made his mind up quickly and done well to round Balcombe.
Ball chipped through there by Clayton looking for Alves, but the goalkeeper Murphy comes and gathers it. And Brentford need to remember that they were 2-0 up, need to remember they were comfortable and carry on playing. But you know, it might lead to an exciting second half if Barnsley start to push forward and go for it. Here's Balcombe, all in yellow. Spreads the play and finds Chris Mepham. Ferry in space in the centre circle. Fox looking to make amends up from the back. Infield now to Rodriguez-Alves. His pass was poor. It's now Holdak who has to make an aerial challenge, and Barnsley can now come again with Carville, who's just scored their goal, make it 2-1 to Brentford. 2 for Clayton, 1 for Carville for Barnsley. It's a foul there by Jan Holdak, and Barnsley all of a sudden, they seem to have been given a lift by that goal. It would have been unexpected, and they've got a chance.
Well, I say Brentford started the second.
Short gantry. Please carry on as normal. Just an FYI, I'm having to halt the stream today. The laptop's killed itself again, so I expect it's a bit there. Please carry on as normal, and we'll just put the game down for what we do after on the live stream.
Understood, Sean. Thank you. Carry on talking, I guess.
Yeah. No, where I was.
We were talking just then about Barnsley all of a sudden being given a chance back into the game. And there's some very interesting officiating there, because Holdak committed a foul there on this near side. He's gone into the book, Holdak, but the Barnsley man, Brad Ash was going through on goal, and the referees pulled the game back. And I mentioned about Barnsley getting a little bit of momentum. They really have now.
They have, yes. They've given a large boost by that mistake by Nathan Fox and the goal they scored. Both sides seem to be angry at that. Jan Holdak didn't feel it was a foul or a yellow card, and Barnsley obviously very disappointed. The referee pulled things back.
So it's going to be a free kick, which Barnsley will take. It's just 2 or 3 yards from the dead ball line, 6 or 7 yards outside the penalty area. A substitution is made, and Wade Maxwell comes on. So it looked like it was going to be a short free kick there, dummied, and then eventually taken, cleverly worked into Cardell, the goal scorer. Can he pull one back? He can do. Good save there from Balcombe down low, and from Brentford being in control, all of a sudden the game's changed. Now here's Maxwell. He can play a ball forward into Ash. Ash can he release it? He can do. He turned well, Ash, and Ash has put it over, and Ash really should have scored there. This game has completely flipped on its head, because Barnsley should really be level. It was a good ball in from the substitute Maxwell, and it was a turn there on the edge of the penalty area from Brad Ash, and he's put the ball wide there from about 18 yards. He had the whole goal to aim at. I don't think he's missed by much. He hit the back stanchion. He'll think he should have scored.
I definitely will do. It's a lovely turn there past James Ferry, left him with absolutely no hope of catching him, and then he's through probably 16, 17 yards out, dead centre of goal. He's a little like Tom Field for the Brentford second goal. He's almost tried to be too clinical with the finish. He's really gone for that top corner, and he's just drifted it inches wide, but that's a big let off for Brentford. And since Barnsley have been gifted that equaliser, they've really come on strongly in the last 5 minutes or so.
Brentford still lead by 2-1. Barnsley have made a substitution, which is Maxwell, who's come on, and it's Kay that's gone off. And Maxwell, the first couple of touches were good, bringing the ball down and looking to create a chance. But Udemark just run past him there. Ferry with a challenge. Maxwell's come on and replaced Josh Kay, the former AFC field man, as he's gone off. A foul there in the centre of the field on Zane Westbrook. We could be in for a good last half hour or so. It's getting a bit feisty between James Ferry and his opposite number in the centre of midfield there for Barnsley. Reece Cole's having a word, and a few of them in there look like they don't quite like each other. No,
Harris has come over the top of Westwood, and as they're getting up, he's headbutted James Ferry in the stomach as he's getting up, and obviously that's not exactly pleased James. And then Reece Cole's gone and had his say in there again, but it looked a very innocuous foul for the reaction from the players involved.
Ball forward by Mepham, brought down by Udemark, cleared by Barnsley. I always think these games are a bit better when they get a bit lively. When teams dislike each other, it gets a bit more exciting, and I think we all need a bit of excitement on a Tuesday afternoon. Throw in for Brentford, which Tom Field will take 10 yards or so from halfway, just inside his own half. Reece Cole is an option for him. He's got Rodriguez, Alves and Udemark down the line. Thrown into Udemark, didn't quite get that one right, and it's fed back by Cleat to his goalkeeper, cleared away by Murphy. Mepham wins the aerial challenge, but can only head it out of play. It's going to be a throw in. Barnsley with momentum, 10 minutes or so into the second half. Brentford lead by 2-1, but Barnsley have just reduced the arrears. The one goal for Barnsley came just into the second half, scored by Carvel. Not one that Brentford will want to dwell on. And it's now going to be cleared away by Aaron Murphy. Not the best clearance. He's played it over to the left-hand side, and he's not been able to find Logan Jeffs. And it's going to be a throw-in. Kieran, you've watched a lot of under-21 games this year, most of them, I think. Is this what's happened to the team a bit? Something's gone against them, and all of a sudden the game's changed?
In patches, yes. I think they've they've suffered a bit this year, the under 21s, and that when they've been on top, they haven't really been able to make it count, and then they've given away silly goals and silly errors at times, and really let sides back into it. I think about the game up at Watford a month or so ago, that 3-1 up going into the last 10 minutes, and then a goal goes against them, and they concede an equaliser late on. They've sort of found ways to concede goals at poor times in the last month or so.
Here's Ferry for Brentford. Fed it to the left-hand side to Field. Field looks to find Alves. Now back to Ferry and into Alves again. Udemarco with a chance, and Alves can't quite get on there as a challenge in there from Field, but it was Louis Wardle who made the challenge, the young 16-year-old. Stopped Alves going through on goal, but now here's Ferry again. Brentford trying to build the momentum, trying to play the football that they played for long periods in the first half. Interception though by Harris. Now Maxwell can come away with it. He plays a ball forward to Ash. Ash's touch isn't the best, so Ferry and Alves can get in and make a challenge.
I think Brentford also are just trying to have a bit of possession for a couple of minutes, because after Barnsley got their goal, but Brentford barely touched the ball for 5 minutes afterwards. But I think they're just trying to take a bit of the sting out of Barnsley at the moment, keep a bit of the possession, and just try and get their dominance back.
Here's Zane Westbrook with a chance to deliver a ball into the penalty area. He cuts it back, he was looking for Reece Cole. In the end, he only found the Barnsley right winger Jerry Amu, and he will come away. Field is over there with him, making a challenge. Good play there from Field, and eventually Ferry and Field between them have won one Brentford a throw in. Tenacious from Tom Field.
No, that's something Tom gives you. He's not afraid to make a challenge, and he tracked Amu well there. And it's just a shame that Westbrook's pulled that ball back to the edge of the box, and the four Brentford players who got into the box have all made the run-ins into the box. Whereas if one of them had just held out a little bit, he would have had the ball at his feet 15 or 16 yards out.
Here's Reece Cole going through, only the goalkeeper to beat. That's a fine tackle in there from George Cleat. Reece Cole exchanged passes with Jermaine Udemarco. He had the most of the goal to aim at, but Cleat came across, shut the door, and all of a sudden the chance had gone. But this is better from Brentford. They're starting to get a bit of momentum. Perhaps they've weathered the Barnsley storm. Here's Holdak. Possession for Brentford to Rodriguez Alves. The midfield players from Brentford are getting a bit further forward. Westbrook and Cole are further up the pitch. Here's Tom Field. Now to find Udemarco. It looks like he should be offside there. He made a run too early. The offside flag goes up. But Reece Cole, Kieran, looked like it was opened up for him.
Yeah, as soon as the ball landed at Reece's feet, you were almost looking for the net to bulge. But it's a fantastic cover and challenge by George Cleat. But another lovely ball inside the area there from Jermaine. Let's say that a couple of times this match he's got the ball on the edge of the area about 20-25 yards out, and he's played a lovely ball inside the lovely weighted ball in there to Reece Cole. He played the lovely ball into Tom Field for the goal, and that's the area that he's got some joy this afternoon.
Yeah, that's one of the roles of the lone striker in this Brentford system. You need to be able to be a playmaker as well on the edge of the penalty area, but also to do that you need to have players running ahead of you, and that's if we're going to deviate a little, that's probably what hasn't happened enough at first team level at the moment, is those attacking midfield players going beyond the central striker. But they've done today, and they've had some results from it. Here's Field for Brentford in the left back position, who was one of the men who did get beyond the striker for Brentford's second goal. It's the decisive one at the moment. They lead by 2-1. Clayton scored it, but Field was the man who got beyond the striker. Here's Westbrook to the right hand side to Fox. Fox looking to take on his man. To the dead ball line. Fox drills the ball back. Oh, in fact, has it gone all the way in?
Really nice.
I think Nathan Fox has somehow scored from a yard or so from the dead ball line. He took on his man. He took on Carver. He drilled in a cross, and the way the congratulations have gone, it didn't touch anybody.
No, I'm not sure what he's managed to get. We're blocked out of sight of the ball there by a cameraman to our right, but he's drilled it. He's drilled it hard and low, and the goalkeeper's almost been completely wrong-footed by it. And whether it's taking a little deflection just to put some spin on it or something like that, but the goalkeeper's just let it go under him, and it's ended up in the back of the net. I'm not sure anyone was quite sure how it's ended up there.
We've reached the hour mark, and Brentford have restored their 2-goal lead. 17-year-old Aaron Murphy, the Barnsley goalkeeper, he tells the Barnsley official website his favourite player is Hugo Lloris. I don't think you will see much of that at Euro 2016. Brentford lead by 3-1. And having weathered a little bit of a storm from Barnsley when they could really have equalised, Brentford now have the 2-goal lead again and will look to build the momentum they had for long periods of the first half. A ball forward by Udemar looking for Rodriguez. Here's Clayton. Not the best, but a poor header finds Alves again. And now here's Westbrook. Fox is going forward. He's got taste for goals. Udemar now on the edge of the penalty area. To the left-hand side to Reece Cole. Holdak steps out from defence. He's played I think that was a shot, but he's found Clayton. Clayton now for Alves. Westbrook, is someone going to have a shot? No. Here's Reece Cole. Chipped in by Field, looking for Clayton's a header away on the far side. Holdak will go for goal again. It might fall for Rodriguez Alves. Is he onside? He is. It's going to be Westbrook now with a shot. Clayton picks the ball up for Brentford. It's a bit like the Alamo in there. And Brentford decide to retreat, move backwards. And now here's James Ferry, the central midfield player, the captain, furthest player back. Reece Cole in the centre circle, looking for a long pass. Instead, Ferry will step out on the left-hand side. There's runners moving. All of a sudden, Brentford have found some movement again. Now here's Zane Westbrook. Holdak steps out of defence. Looks to take on his man. Cuts back instead, finds Westbrook. Westbrook will spread the play to James Ferry. And now here's Reece Cole. Westbrook. Now into Udemar again. He can perhaps find some space. He managed to work his way through, not quite. And Maxwell can come away with it, but his touch is heavy. And now here's Tom Field. Field, the left back, finds Bradley Clayton on the edge of the penalty area. Clayton can find Westbrook. It's broken into the penalty area. It's gone all the way through. All of a sudden, Brentford look like they've really got some momentum. I think
the Nathan's goal is the bit of luck that Brentford have been missing in recent weeks. They've weathered that storm from Barnsley and then got a goal slightly against the run of play perhaps and slightly fortuitously. But now you can see a lot of confidence coming through this team.
That though wasn't the best of shots from Jermaine Udemar, and we're going to have a substitution. It's going to be Jared Bird who's coming on, and it looks like a Moo is coming off rather. Left West Ham at the end of last year. Jerry Moo is looking for a contract. He might still be looking.
I think you can only really remember that one run he made in behind, but apart from that, he's been very quiet this afternoon.
It's Jared Bird who's come on. He looks like he's gone to play in a defensive midfield role, so he will go alongside Wade Maxwell, who started well, had some influence on the game after coming on Maxwell, but he's been robbed a couple of times in recent minutes, and Brentford might be able to profit from him. So poor defending there from Holdak, let the ball drop. The offside flag is up, but it was a goal kick, which is why the referee is telling him to put his flag down. It's a throw in. The referee is just explaining that while the flag went up, it was a goal kick, so therefore you can't be offside from it. Holdak should probably have headed the ball away rather than letting it bounce, though. And now it's Barnsley attacking down the left-hand side. Good challenge in there from Holdak, who's hasn't always looked comfortable in the defensive aspect of his game, but does look good coming forward. Now here's Reece Cole. Looking for an option, looking for a runner. Now here's James Ferry, kills that one well. Now finds Udemar. Udemar with a fine turn and go for goal, and it's straight down the throat of Aaron Murphy. But Udemar with that little role of a central defender that has often been profitable for him at this level.
Yes, and Jermaine's had that little bit of first team experience both here and at Wycombe, and you can just see he's got that little bit extra on a few of the guys out here. That the odd first touch here and there, and he done really well there.
Brad Ash for Barnsley. Holdak couldn't intercept the ball, but he's got back well as Jan Holdak. Still, he's Holdak when he came to Brentford was described in our research as a central defender. He's played largely in midfield, but he wants to be a central defender. Is our understanding. You still see like he's going to have to learn how to play as a centre half in England, isn't he? Because the physicality and the the pace of the game catches him out at times.
Yes, it was interesting. He spoke to him after the game last week, and he said that he had a chat with Dean and with Fleming and with a few people, and basically, he's come here to play first team football, and the vibe he was getting was that he's got more chance of playing first team football as a central defender maybe than he has as a central midfielder. So the decision as much came from him. That said, well, I'm not exactly untested at centre half, so I'll have a look and we'll see how we go from there. But I think Jan himself knows that the big thing he's got to work on is that physicality. You look at someone like, Johan Barbe was saying about how physical he found the league when he stepped into it, and that's something that Jan's going to have at the same time.
Brentford playing the ball out of defence, not entirely comfortably, but they still have possession. Ferry again as the last man back. He spreads the pass to Nathan Fox, the scorer of Brentford's third goal. Brentford lead by 3-1. They were 2-0 up at the break. Bradley Clayton scored both. Barnsley pulled a goal back through James Carville, but Nathan Fox, with a rather fortuitous strike, has made it 3-1. We're midway through the second half. Brentford have possession with Reece Cole, but his touch isn't the best and it's out of play. It's going to be a throw-in to Barnsley. Jared Bird now for Barnsley in the centre of the field, back to his captain Cowgill. Now Maxwell will have it. Look to move it down the left hand side. Steady's forced back. Clever pass there, and now a clever touch, and all of a sudden there's a man going into the penalty area. It's going to be Alton, but the challenge in there from Jan Holdak. Just that ability to get a toe in, make a tackle, and Alton the door's shut.
Yes, no, he's done well the last couple of weeks at centre back. Jan, he gives you a lot in that area with how good he is bringing the ball out of defence.
Here's Herson Rodriguez Alves into the penalty area. Clever pass from Westbrook. Alves will cut back inside and will go for goal and will score a fine goal. And that really is a good goal from Brentford. They played that from back to front in 3 or 4 very, very incisive, intelligent, quick passes. Holdak was involved. Westbrook played the killer pass in behind Louis Wardle. Herson Rodriguez Alves cut back inside and has just lifted the ball into the corner of the net from 16 yards midway through the second half. It's 4-1 to Brentford. It didn't look like it was going to be this comfortable for stages at the start of the second period, but now Brentford are playing with confidence and can perhaps put on a decent show for the 150 or so watching.
Yes, there's a lovely finish that by Zayn. I think that's of all the goals today, that's the goal that will most please Fleming, because of the way that it was worked through the areas. Zayn Westbrook got into that pocket of space. Herson's made the run. He's done well to cut inside Wardle, and then it's a fine finish, a fine finish. I mean, last year's game, I seem to remember it was a similar scoreline about this stage, and then the confidence really went through the Brentford side and end up winning 7-2. Another one soon. We might be looking at that again. Ferry looking for Fox, but the ball's intercepted. Ferry, that's not the best challenge from James Ferry, but Logan Jeffs comes away with it and now attacking the penalty area. Played out to the left to Brad Ash, who can perhaps deliver across. The ball cut back. It's going to be a corner. Very angry with himself for giving the ball away, and he then had a bit of a hack at Jeffs, which was unbecoming, but didn't make contact. So it's in the end, Barnsley can continue their attack, and they're going to get themselves a corner. 20 minutes to go. Brentford 4, Barnsley 1. Under 21 Professional Development League football here at Griffin Park. Ball delivered in, headed away by Holdak. Only as far as Maxwell, 25 yards or so from goal. He's turned well and now sped it back to the left hand side. That's a good ball in. There's men over there on the far side. It was Ash, but Mepham comes across and makes the challenge. Brentford didn't quite get their defensive line right there, and there were a couple of Barnsley men over. Cowgill was in there, and so was Ash, but Mepham made the challenge. Throw in to Barnsley. 10 yards or so from the dead ball line on their left, the near side as we look. Ferry tries to make a challenge. Ash falls over and Ferry can come away with the ball. Tackle comes in from Maxwell. And now Tom Field can look to attack. Should probably have already had one goal. Perhaps he's going to go looking for one now. Here he is Field into the penalty area. Can go for a goal or cut it back to Udemar
the ball bounced awkwardly in front of Jermaine Udomarga, but he would still have expected to score. That was another really good breakaway from Brentford with Field, the man on the left-hand side who was doing most of the donkey work. When he cut the ball back, Udomarga has fired it over from 15 or so yards, and that should have been 5.
It should. Dodgy bounce or not, it should have been 5. He's played well today and probably deserves a goal, but he just snatched a bit at it, and you could see his reaction. He knew he should have done better there.
So it was Alton looking for the ball through, can't find it, and now here's the other number 10, Zane Westbrook for Brentford. Tom Field is being encouraged to go forward again, and there he goes. It's Reece Cole just trying with a little back heel into the path of Tom Field. That had Fleming Pedersen bellowing in front of us, and I'm not sure he was too happy with that. It's going to be Barnsley in possession on their left-hand side with Brad Ash. It's one his team a corner. As we enter the final 20 minutes, there's going to be another substitution.
Looks like might be Bradley coming on.
Yeah, it's Josh Bowie's coming on for Brentford. It looks like it is Bradley Clayton. Scored Brentford's first 2 goals this afternoon. He's got 72 minutes under his belt. And he goes off with Brentford leading by 4-1. And Josh, still a first-year scholar, still got plenty of development in him, but definitely exciting.
Very, very exciting player. He's been involved with the England under 17s setup and under 16s last year, and under 17s this year. Scored the winning goal against QPR in the under 21 Premier League Cup back in October, and he's one I know they've got very high hopes for around the club.
Cross comes in for Barnsley. It was Ash who's gone to try and divert it in with an acrobatic effort, but straight into the arms of Ellery Balcombe. The young goalkeeper, under 16 goalkeeper, Ellery Balcombe. I think he is 16 now, but certainly very inexperienced and very young for a goalkeeper who often play very young, play an awful long time. But he hasn't done a lot wrong.
No, he's done well this afternoon, and there's a few Brentford players out there today who've done themselves no harm in terms of looking to the future, and this is the kind of one where 15 minutes to go, 4-1 up. If you can get yourself a couple of goals here, and a good last 15-20 minutes for the boys, it will give them a lot of confidence going into Saturday.
Here's Jan Holdak stepping into the Barnsley half. There's runners in front of him, but he goes back to Ferry. And now Mepham has possession. Just approaching the last 15 minutes, 4-1 to Brentford. Here in the Under-21 Professional Development League at Griffin Park. Cole and Ferry exchange passes. And now here's Tom Field who can look to go forward. The ball from Cole might be a bit heavy. I think Ferry's not quite going to keep that one in. The idea was right and Cole just couldn't quite get the pass right. And we're going to have another substitution. This time it's a Barnsley one. They're bringing on Will Smith. He's the man in black today, and it's looks like it's going to be Alton who's going off for Barnsley. Smith for Alton. Their final change.
Will he be a legend?
Yeah, not quite summertime here at Griffin Park, but a decent spring afternoon. And Aaron Murphy clears it long and right-footed for Barnsley. Mepham rises. That's a really powerful header. Has returned that, not quite with interest, but certainly returned it to a decent position. And Will Smith, who's gone over to play at right back by the looks of it. Maxwell gets that one all wrong. Now here's Westbrook and find Josh Bowie. Bowie holds it up, looking for Fox. It wasn't quite the right pass. I don't think Fox was ever going to get to the position that Josh Bowie tried to play the ball to, but Bowie looks like he might have won that one back. Wade Maxwell can instead step away with it. Interception from Ferry. Mepham helps him out. Balcombe has it. Yeah, so Smith's gone in to play at right back. So Louis Wardle's now stepped into midfield. Brentford, though, dominating possession at the moment. Now here's Holdak into Fox. Holdak gets it back. Now here's Reece Cole. Cole with a clever pass, looking for Zane Westbrook, intercepted by Logan Jeffs, the right-footed left-back for Barnsley today. Jared Bird. The pass in the end was coming through from Charlie Harris, and the run from Ash was good, but couldn't quite pick him out. And it will run through to Balcombe. Into the last 15 minutes. Kieran, is there any threat to Brentford here, do you think?
No, I think Brentford look comfortable at the moment. I think Barnsley have, they haven't gone into damage preservation mode, but they don't look as keen going forward as they were. And I think of the two sides, Brentford look far more likely to get another goal, and they're especially looking really dangerous down either flank with Field and Fox bombing on.
Will Smith with a nod of his head at right back gives Brentford a throw in. Tom Field will come forward with it. Reece Cole possession. Now his Holdak inside the centre circle. He can step forward. Lots of space to run into. Finds Udamaga. Udamaga keen to get on the ball. Here's Alves, who scored Brentford's fourth goal, arguably the best of the afternoon. Now here's Holdak looking for Udamaga, a bit tight in there, but Udamaga Fox between them have won the ball back, and now here's Fox for Brentford. He scored Brentford's third. He will step away on the right hand side. And eventually a free kick has been won by the Bees right by this near touchline.
Just seeing Wigan are 6-0 up against Burton after half an hour in the under 21. So it could always be worse for this afternoon.
Free kick for the Bees. Fox is going to take it. Brentford look like they're just going to maintain possession from this one. Here's James Ferry. Mepham, the only outfield player inside Brentford's half, finds Reece Cole. Cole has got Alves on the left hand side. Field is an option. Brentford dominate position. They're running Barnsley around now, trying to see if they can create some opening. You can see the heads are starting to drop a little bit from the visitors, and the legs are tired, and there will be openings here for the Bees. Here's Alves, can't quite find Udamaga, and now perhaps Maxwell can break for Brentford. Cuts back inside onto his right foot. Plays a long pass looking for Wardle. Field is winning that race though, and will win his team a throw in, shepherding the ball out of play. And now can look to get them attacking. Westbrook has possession but is forced to turn. He's won a throw in. Field has it. 11.5 minutes to go. Brentford 4, Barnsley 1, under 21 Professional Development League football. Westbrook for Brentford, infield to Alves. Now his field again. Udamaga. That's a good pass looking for Fox. Fox has stayed on side, can't quite get his touch right, but he's still got possession. And eventually the challenge comes in from Jeffs. Now here's Josh Bowie. Reece Cole. Fox again on this near side. Delivers the ball to the far post. It's headed away by Smith, but only as far as Westbrook. Westbrook can find Tom Field, who goes for goal with his left foot and gets that one all wrong. You sense, Kieran, as we enter the last 10 minutes or so, there will be more chances here. Yes.
I think that Josh Bowie's looked bright since he's come on. Looked lively on the ball. He could probably do maybe working on that final delivery a little touch. But Brentford getting into some good areas still at the end of this game, and it's especially if you're a Brentford striker, if you're Jermaine or if you're Herson or Josh, this is for your boots time. This is where you want to get see if you can get another goal or two, and that'll help the averages, help the goals for the season, and give them a lot of confidence. Yeah,
2 games left for Brentford after today, if I'm right. Away at Huddersfield, then at home to Crewe, or is there more?
I think there might be a third lurking there. So I think there might be another away game somewhere.
Away at Coventry, yeah. It's Jermaine Udamaga for Brentford into the feet of Zane Westbrook. Westbrook tries to find Alves. It gets there somehow, but not through any means that was obvious. Maxwell is really being crowded by Brentford players, looking to try and maintain possession, and the clearance only goes as far as Nathan Fox. Fox forced back. Now here's Holdak. Holdak now into Ferry. Ferry into into Reece Cole. Mepham. Inside the final 10 minutes, 4-1 here for Brentford. A poor pass from Ferry gives the ball to James Carvell. Holdak committed the foul. Ferry is now in book for kicking the ball away.
Slightly silly that from James, because he was there's no way you can get away with saying he didn't hear the whistle, or he was in the act of kicking it, because he's waiting a couple of seconds there before just booting it away.
Almost a lack of patience there from Brentford, really. They had the ball and they were trying to create something that didn't really exist.
Yes, and I think the couple of times that obviously they've had the goal, but the couple of other times that Barnsley have come closest to scoring, they've really been from Brentford errors, and that's something that will frustrate Fleming in a way.
Double substitution for Brentford. Jarvis Adoba and Julius Fenn-Evans are on. Jermaine Udamaga has gone off. And Nathan Fox. Udamaga and Fox have gone off. Julius Fenn-Evans is normally a striker, so he might play down the middle. Cross comes in. It's a good header. It was a good header in there from Jack Cowgill, and Balcom saves away to his left. While Brentford making a substitution, defending a set piece, which is not what you normally do, and Barnsley almost profited.
It was a good acrobatic save that from Eloy, and I say just Cowgill just got in front of his man and flicked it on. It was one you'd probably expect Eloy to make, but he made it well, and it was a good one for the cameras there, which Mark Fuller might have caught.
So it's a corner to Barnsley. We're inside the final 8 minutes. Brentford lead by 4-1. Barnsley looking to give themselves perhaps a foothold for a crazy last 10 minutes. Cowgill with the header. Mepham is eased out of it, but now Brentford can break through. Reece Cole, and there's men over on the left hand side, and Josh Bowie is the main man over there on the left hand side. If they can find him, that's where it's gone. Rodriguez Alves is bursting forward. A pass from Josh Bowie isn't the best, but he's got it back. Looking to attack the penalty area. Now here's Rodriguez and into Bowie again. Bowie goes through on goal. He tries to go around the goalkeeper and can't quite do so. He looked like he couldn't quite get the ball out of his feet enough to have a shot. Went to try and go around the goalkeeper and couldn't quite do so. And the chance had gone. But a good break there from Brentford. A clever pass from Rodriguez Alves, and Josh Bowie should have made it 5.
He should have. Yes, it was a lovely ball in from Hurston. The first ball from Josh into Hurston didn't have enough on it, but it came back to Josh. A couple of nice little step overs there, and a 1-2 with Hurston. He just couldn't stretch out and get a toe end on the ball to put it around the keeper, and Murphy came out well to block.
Rodriguez Alves spreads the play to Josh Bowie on that left hand side. Field is up with him. Bowie looking to take on his man. Nutmegs his man on the edge of the penalty area, but just about comes out with the ball, and he's won himself a corner. He's definitely got some quick feet, got some dancing toes, if you like. Not quite getting them all in the right direction at the moment, Josh Bowie, but he's only 16, is he?
I think he's just turned 17, but I know he's got all the tricks you can want in a football. I think the one thing they really want to work on Josh in the coming months and year, and however long he's at the club, is just that final ball, because you've seen even today he's got into some good positions a few times, but the final ball has just been lacking. Brentford
had a corner, but somehow conceded to end up with a defensive throw in, although that wasn't the right decision. It was definitely a Brentford ball. I can see that from here, but it's Brentford didn't put the ball into the penalty area, and Barnsley can look to get it away. Fenn-Evans chasing over there, the Welsh youth international, coming on to replace Jermaine Udamaga. Cole tries to win it back, can't quite do so, and Holdak, who's now at right back, is come over here. Now it's Carville looking to take on Mepham. Chance to turn. Edibor blocks a shot, and now it's on to Carville again. Can Carville go for goal? He can do, and I think it's been tipped over the bar by Balcom, and Barnsley really should have scored there.
Yes, they did well to get into the area there, and once Carville gets inside over the two defenders there, he's in a good position. He's gone for power, and Balcom's just helped it over the bar, but he should have tried to keep it low if he could have, and gone for the corners.
There was also a chance earlier in the move for Jared Bird. It was quickly snuffed out. Corner comes in, headed away by Ferry, and now perhaps Hurston Rodriguez Alves can break there. Brentford have got men forward. If Hurston Alves releases the ball, he just didn't. He just took too long. He was waiting for the perfect pass rather than playing it into an area. Bowie makes a challenge. There was probably a handball in there. There's definitely a tug of the shirt by Josh Bowie, and it's going to be a free kick to Barnsley. But there was a good play down the left by Carville earlier in that move. Bird was crowded out. When the shot eventually came in from Carville, he probably should have kept it lower, probably should have hit the back of the net, couldn't quite do so. I guess that's what you get a lot of that in under 21 football, just not quite making the final decision, as we saw when Brentford tried to counter attack for Alves and got it all wrong. But there's Field, more tenacity in there from the Brentford left back, wins it back. But Mepham has got a heavy touch, and he's very, very fortunate to have come away with the ball there between the legs of Carvel. Down the line, looking for the run of Holdak. Fen Evans is chasing back. There could be an awkward one for Murphy to deal with. He clears it long, and Rodriguez will jump, does well, wins it in the air. Westbrook can't quite keep it in. We're into the final 3.5 minutes. Brentford lead by 4-1. And first win of the calendar year, I think, isn't it, Kieran?
It will be, yes. It'll be. It's been a long time coming. I think this is 11 games without a win for the under 21s this calendar year.
Crossfield pass by Alves, looking for Josh Bowie. Bowie's going to keep that one in play, but he's right down by the corner flag. He could do with some help. He's come away with it somehow. There's a possible foul in there by Will Smith, but Bowie still has it. Fed back to Reece Cole. Cole can deliver a cross. There's no one over there though. I'm not sure if that was a cross or a shot. In the end, it didn't quite go to plan. Out of play for a goal kick. Referee checks his watch. Mr. Richardson didn't want to play too much time in the first half. He looks like a man who wants to get away quickly. So I'm not sure we'll see too much added time in the second half either.
But that little bit of play and skill there by Josh Bowie is exactly what he gives you in a one-on-one situation. You know, he's got all the tricks and the quick feet, and he's a nightmare for defenders to get up against. But it is just a case for him now of that final ball, and for him to push on.
So throw into Barnsley on this near side. We're joined by a third voice on the gantry today. Young Seb is here doing some work experience for us. So perhaps as we enter the final couple of minutes, we'll get his thought on what he's seen today.
I think it's been a good all-round performance from the boys out there. I think we just got caught a little bit early on in the second half. I think we were a bit maybe still in the changing rooms, didn't quite come out fast enough. But the substitutes have come on positively, and I think it's been a great performance really.
And we're into the final 2 minutes now. Brentford lead by 4-1. Still be looking as if there might be some more for them. Mepham wins one and then two aerial challenges, and now Zane Westbrook can get into the Barnsley half. Holdak, he looks keen to attack, steps forward from right back. Now the overlapping player. The cross comes in and it wasn't the best. There weren't too many men to aim at in the penalty area, but when the cross came in from Herson Rodriguez Alves, he got that all wrong. It's gone out of play for a throw in on the far side, which will be taken by Will Smith. Challenge from Fen Evans, only at the expense of a goal kick, and the game is drifting to a conclusion. It
is. I think the sort of little spell where Barnes had a couple of chances and Brentford came close as well from Jermaine. I think if I think they've both sides have almost settled now for what they've got. Although having said that, that was an ambitious pass out.
Here's Reece Cole. Reece Cole can attack the edge of the penalty area. Can he go for goal? He can. He's put it all wide. Brentford all of a sudden had 4-on-1 as Maxwell was robbed, and they really should have made that count. It was Cole eventually who had the shot. There were probably men in better places. He went for goal, missed, and the chance went, but Brentford still have it. Now here's James Ferry. Ferry steps away from Maxwell and makes another challenge. Reece Cole can challenge in that one again, but Barnsley have possession in the shape of Jack Cowgill, and most of the players look like they just want the game to end here.
I think you're right there. I mean, Brentford haven't really tested Murphy throughout the 90 minutes, to be honest, but they've had enough sort of openings to have scored a few more than they have this afternoon.
Louis Warder was won Barnsley a free kick, which will probably be the last action of the game. It's going to be 4 or 5 yards outside the penalty area. Holdak was the man who committed the foul. Wardle ran from just about halfway. Looked like he'd run out of ideas and run out of options, and then ran into Holdak. Holdak gave him the opportunity to go down. He gleefully accepted it, and it'll be a free kick. It's been placed down by Harris. Harris goes for goal and scores, and in quite a bizarre instant, the referee has blown the whistle while Balcon was still lining up his wall. Harris has put the ball into the net, and the game will end 4-2, and that is almost indescribable.
I'm not sure what's really gone on there, because I thought the referee had to tell Brentford if he if he wasn't going to wait for the whistle, and there was definitely only one whistle there, and that was for the referee pointing back for the halfway line for the goal. It's the very odd one because Eloy was behind one of his posts, and the Harris has just rolled it into the far corner.
Harris again for Barnsley. They might end up with another goal here if they get men over. Here's Maxwell. Maxwell looks to attack the edge of the penalty area. It's Meppen makes the challenge, and the game ends. The game ends 4-2 in a very in quite bizarre circumstances. Brentford have won by 4-2. They won both halves by 2-1. Brentford are still having some words over the free kick. I think Balcom's a bit unhappy. He's gone from 1 goal to 2 goals conceded. Brentford have won 4-2. Bradley Clayton scored the first 2. There's a goal pulled back by James Carville. A lot of the Brentford players are walking away smiling and laughing, actually, just unsure as to exactly what was going on. Then Nathan Fox scored from almost by the corner flag, somehow snuck one in. Hassan Rodriguez Alves scored probably the best goal of the afternoon to make it 4-1 before a quite bizarre incident where Charlie Harris has put the ball into an unguarded net. As Brentford lined up their wall for a free kick. The referee did blow his whistle. He did blow it. It's almost like Harris said, "Can you blow the whistle, please?" The referee said yes, and the ball was put in. Now, I'm not quite sure what an assessor would make of that. You blow the whistle for the benefit of both teams, not one. Anyway, I digress. Thank you for being with us. I don't think we're still live on YouTube anymore, and if you're still listening on the highlights at this point, I'm not quite sure why. I've been Chris Wickham. Kieran Brett's been alongside me. The third voice you heard earlier was Seb Lane. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being with us, and have a good afternoon.